Have you ever caught yourself saying yes when you really wanted to say no, or felt uneasy about doing something you didn't want to do just to keep others happy and not nice? Aziz Gazipura challenges our love for being nice and suggests that being less nice is okay. The idea is to help you break free from the habit of people-pleasing, allowing you to form genuine connections while caring for yourself. For this video summary, we will talk about exactly what it means to be nice, the problem with it, and what happens when you stop being nice. Most importantly, we will also walk through the 6 life-changing steps to follow if you want to stop being nice. I also made a video titled "No More Mr. Nice Guy." 6 months ago, it's different from this video, and I would recommend you to watch it. I will attach the link at the top right screen and also in the description. Also, please give a thumbs up to this video and subscribe for more content like this. Let's get started. First of all, what does it mean to be nice? Aziz Gazipura points out that we're taught that being nice is crucial from a young age. Parents, teachers and adults tell us to be polite, get along with others and avoid hurting feelings. While these lessons come from good intentions, they can make us think that anything that does not meet the standard of niceness is bad. As adults, we may fear disagreeing openly or being too assertive, carrying these habits from childhood. But Gazipura argues that being nice doesn't necessarily mean being good. He explains that niceness often comes from a fear of rejection, not a genuine desire to care for others. Instead of being kind, it becomes a set of rules we follow to avoid being rejected and gain affection. So what does nice look like? Well, according to Aziz Gazipura, there are a few rules people think they need to follow to be nice. 1. Don't do anything that will make people dislike you. 2. Don't hurt anyone's feelings. 3. Don't get angry or make anyone else angry when people try to follow these rules. Gazipura says they often show these qualities. 1. The need to be liked. Being nice often means really wanting people to like you. Gazipura understands that everyone enjoys being liked. But he warns that when it becomes a need, you start making decisions based on how you think others will react. This is what he calls approval-seeking, more commonly known as people-pleasing. People-pleasers try hard to avoid any criticism, and only do things they think will get a positive response. Quality 2. Amplified guilt. Another part of being nice involves feeling guilty, sometimes unnecessarily. Gazipura talks about 2 types of guilt: healthy and unhealthy. Healthy guilt happens when your actions go against your values, like taking credit for something you didn't do. Unhealthy guilt, on the other hand, is when you feel excessive irrational guilt, even if you didn't do anything wrong. Nice people often take too much responsibility for others' feelings, leading to unhealthy guilt. Quality 3. Fear of conflict. Lastly, being nice often means being afraid of conflict. And anger. Gazipura explains that many of us learn early on that anger can be harmful, and that conflict might damage a relationship we care about. So to avoid disputes, nice people may avoid expressing their true feelings. Next up. Exactly. What is the problem with nice? Isn't it a good thing? Well, if being nice means always wanting people to like you, feeling extra guilty and avoiding conflicts. Aziz Gazipura says it's time to be a bit less nice, while being nice might make things easy at the moment. Gazipura points out it comes with some serious long-term costs. Speaking of, let's talk about the mental, emotional, and physical consequences. He talks about, according to Gazipura, putting others' needs before your own can lead to chronic stress, anxiety, anger, and resentment. These uncomfortable feelings might even present in your body as headaches, tense muscles, trouble sleeping, or other stress-related problems. But it doesn't stop there. Gazipura argues that being overly nice, even if you're trying to build connections, can actually prevent you from forming real, satisfying relationships. Always trying to please everyone and avoid disagreements leads to acting in ways that aren't true to your values, creating only surface-level connections. Lastly, Gazipura points out that being overly nice often means dodging challenges, tough conversations, and situations that make you uncomfortable. Avoiding these things can keep you from growing, as real growth often involves stepping out of your comfort zone, taking risks, and standing up for yourself. So you've discovered that being nice is doing you no good. What happens when you stop being nice? Well, Gazipura believes that when you stop being overly nice, your life takes on a whole new shape. He says that without the burden of always trying to be liked, your life becomes a canvas where you can be your true self without feeling ashamed, guilty, or fearful. Essentially, you become the captain of your own ship, making decisions based on what feels suitable for you rather than letting others decide for you. Besides, by trusting in your intuition, you grow it and you start believing that you know the best way forward for yourself. Moreover, by letting go of the need to be liked, you open up and share your experiences openly and vulnerably. This change empowers you to face life, authentically making choices that align with your true self, leading to a happier and more fulfilling life. Now that you've learned what it truly means to be nice and how it can affect your life negatively, Gazipura provides a roadmap for breaking free from the trap of niceness. Step 1. Write your own rules to escape the niceness trap. Gazipura advises you to create your own rules and your personal bill of rights. Niceness often makes us follow others' expectations. But writing your own rules allows you to live authentically and put your well-being first. Your list reminds you of your right to set boundaries, express your needs, and handle relationships authentically. This self-defined code of conduct can free you from people-pleasing and boost your self-respect and confidence to start your list. Imagine how you would act if you weren't worried about others' opinions. What would you do if guilt, fear, and doubt didn't affect you? Jot down as many ideas as you can. It could be anything from speaking up in meetings, declining social events you don't want to attend, or taking a solo weekend trip. Even if your list is short initially, keep adding to it as your sense of what's possible. Expand. Step 2. Commit to the process. According to Gazipura, commitment is vital to changing from being overly nice. Your commitment level is like a spectrum, ranging from zero commitment, where you don't see niceness as a problem, to the highest level where you're ready to change at any cost. The highest level means you fully grasp how harmful niceness has been to your personal and professional life, and are determined to change, even if it means facing difficulties or discomfort. Since niceness habits might be deeply rooted, especially if you've been practicing them for a long time, a strong commitment is crucial to unlearn these behaviors. Step 3. Establish boundaries. Aziz Gazipura emphasizes the importance of setting clear boundaries to kick the niceness habit. This involves recognizing your own wants, opinions, and responsibilities separate from those of others. According to Gazipura, your internal feelings, like your likes, dislikes, opinions, and intuition, shape your boundaries. That said, understanding and establishing boundaries starts with the following one: knowing what you want. Identifying and expressing your desires is a positive step. However, if you're used to always putting others first, distinguishing between your wants and others can be challenging. Gazipura suggests starting by thinking about what you don't want, as it's often easier to articulate. Once you're clear about what you dislike, you can gradually identify and articulate your own desires. For instance, if you're bored at work, this might lead you to realize you want a job with more variety. 2. Knowing what you think. Understanding your thoughts and feelings about important aspects of your life is a key part of knowing yourself. But Gazipura emphasizes that it's not just about recognizing your thoughts. You also need to acknowledge the validity of your opinions. This can be challenging, especially for those who doubt their thoughts. Gazipura advises against assuming that others always know more than you do. Certainty shouldn't be confused with accuracy. While someone may sound certain, it's crucial to consider the source of their information. You can respect others' opinions without always deferring to them. 3. Knowing what you control, feeling responsible for others. Emotions is common for those struggling with niceness. However, Gazipura asserts that you can't control how others feel. Taking on this responsibility is both unrealistic and disrespectful, as it implies others can't handle their own emotions. Gazipura recommends treating everyone as a fully functioning adult who will naturally experience a range of emotions if you find yourself overwhelmed by others' emotions. Gazipura offers strategies: sitting with emotions, a meditative exercise to manage guilt or anxiety by focusing on the physical sensation of the emotion; the personal bubble, a visualization technique involving an imaginary bubble around you, helping you empathize without internalizing emotions pattern. Interrupt. Notice your tendency to take responsibility and intentionally introduce new behaviors to replace old habits. Remember, while you can provide support, others' feelings are not your responsibility. Gazipura suggests addressing their unmet core needs instead. Step 4. Prioritize yourself in breaking free from the niceness trap. The next step is prioritizing yourself. Your needs are your responsibility, and you're the one who must meet them. Gazipura encourages practicing asking yourself what you want and need, and figuring out how to fulfill those desires, while some might see this as selfish. Gazipura introduces the concept of healthy self-interest, finding a balance between self-sacrifice and thoughtless selfishness. After being overly nice for a long time, Gazipura notes that you might struggle to recognize what selfishness looks like to navigate this. He suggests considering a cost-benefit analysis of your decisions, weighing how much you desire something against its impact on others. If the desire is strong and the impact minimal, he encourages going for it. Now, an essential aspect of prioritizing yourself is learning to say no. This simple word can significantly improve both your work and personal life. Saying no to non-essential tasks at work keeps you focused on what truly matters, while saying no in your personal life allows you to invest time in activities you genuinely want to pursue. So why is saying no often challenging? Gazipura attributes this fear to patterns of insecure attachment leading to relationship insecurity. The fear is not in saying no itself, but in the worry that it might lead to rejection or abandonment. Gazipura emphasizes that saying no doesn't harm relationships. Inauthenticity does. Being authentic fosters genuine connections by ensuring both parties express their true selves and respect each other's boundaries. Step 5. Embrace your full self to break free from the grip of niceness. The next step is to embrace your full self by acknowledging and integrating your shadow parts. Drawing inspiration from psychologist Carl Jung, Gazipura explains that everyone possesses both visible and hidden aspects. The shadow represents those parts we unconsciously suppress or disown due to discomfort, shame, or misalignment with our desired public image. These shadow qualities can include aspects like violence, sexuality, selfishness, or hostility. Embracing your entire self involves accepting that these qualities are a natural and integral part of you. Gazipura argues that embracing your full self is crucial for overall well-being and happiness. The shadow, he contends, harbors primal desires, untapped energy, creativity, and growth potential. Accepting and integrating the shadow unlocks authenticity and vitality that might otherwise remain dormant. On the flip side, suppressing the shadow can lead to self-rejection, contributing to issues like anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, or heightened negative emotions. And how can you make room for shadow parts? Gazipura offers 2 strategies to incorporate your shadow into daily life without acting on every impulse. 1. Start an unfiltered diary. Write down every unfiltered idea, impulse, and taboo thought regularly for 1,520 minutes. Focus on what stresses, annoys, frustrates, or causes resentment. The more unfiltered, the more beneficial. Ensure the diary is secure and private to encourage honesty. 2. Take a rage walk similar to the unfiltered diary, but with added physical movement. Walk, talk out loud, and let your body express anger or frustration. This rage walk is a personal release and doesn't concern others' perceptions. Step 6. Speak your mind. Once you've identified your wants and recognize the need to move beyond mere niceness, the next step is to become a more authentic version of yourself. One who speaks their mind, Gazipura, highlights several reasons. People often avoid expressing their thoughts and opinions, including fear of offending, hurting someone's feelings, or appearing rude or aggressive. However, he argues that these fears are rooted in false relationship beliefs. According to Gazipura, honesty actually strengthens relationships by treating others as capable and resilient adults. This allows for authentic self-expression, fostering genuine connections even in disagreements to communicate assertively. Gazipura recommends expressing yourself clearly while also considering others' feelings. This approach fosters open conversations, mutual respect, and the establishment of clear boundaries for healthy interactions. In contrast, passive communication, where thoughts and needs are withheld, often leads to frustration and misunderstandings. On the other hand, aggressive communication is forceful and disrespectful, causing conflicts and damaging relationships. Here are tips to help you speak your mind. 1. Practice in a social setting. Practice speaking up in social settings, such as when hanging out with friends or attending parties. Engage in open conversations about yourself, your opinions, and your ideas to connect authentically with others. Gazipura advises reevaluating social interaction rules to gain confidence in social settings. For instance, challenge the notion of needing permission to join a conversation, and consider deviating from expected conversation topics to discuss what genuinely interests you to practice in a professional setting. Next, extend the practice to speaking up in a professional setting. Regardless of your position, your ability to express yourself will significantly impact your professional success. Many hesitate to speak up at work for fear of being wrong, challenged, or foolish. Gazipura offers tips to gain workplace confidence, such as asking questions, recognizing your unique skills and experiences, and speaking confidently by avoiding qualifiers, like just or maybe. 3. Practice when it's uncomfortable. The most challenging time to speak your mind is when it's uncomfortable, such as during disagreements. However, Gazipura argues that success and quality of life depend on your ability to have difficult conversations. Disagreements are inevitable and healthy, and having these conversations becomes easier when the goal is connection rather than winning. So, are you ready to break free from excessive niceness and build authentic connections? Let us know in the comments if you enjoyed this book and want more enlightening video summaries. Subscribe and watch our other videos. Remember to turn on your notifications to get alerts for our future videos.